Well, getting arrested for her stupid cause drew enthusiastic applause. I speak of Daryl Hannah, who was handcuffed by police in front of the White House, along with other eco-activists, protesting a planned oil pipeline from Canada to the Gulf Coast. Watch and vomit. Before getting busted, the feral Daryl told the AP the protesters want to be free from dependence on fossil fuels. There's a joke in there that stop dating him, preferring clean energy investments instead. Hannah says they hope Obama doesn't give in to oil lobbyists. Later, cameras were also there when she emerged from the police precinct. The kangaroo?
No, that was my wife giving birth to Larry.
I don't know. That was the wrong tape, and somebody is getting fired for that. Disgusting. Joe, are we too hard on Hannah? Actually, she looks pretty good, I have to say.
I think you are being too hard on her. First of all, this was a mistake. It was not. She was at the wrong protest. She thought she was at a protest over the fact that she wasn't asked to be in Wall Street, too. Okay? She was very upset about that. No, you leave her alone, man. Look, Greg, money and power don't influence politicians, okay? Sit-ins do.
Yeah, that is
These
true.
things work.
That is true. You know, Ann, I would respect her more if they were standing. But they were sitting. Isn't that kind of a cop-out? Oh, let's have a sit-in? That's really lazy.
They were conserving energy, Greg.
Yeah.
Ironically, she was wearing an "I'm too pretty to do homework" T-shirt.
Yes. It was, I'm too pretty to get an acting job in the last 6 years. That's terrible.
But
I apologize.
This does prove that it is not true that, wow, Daryl Hannah, that's so yesterday she can't get arrested.
It's true, but she did. Yeah, by the way, well, I'll ask that question later because I don't know the answer. Dana, does any of her ideas have any merit at all?
I was actually at dinner this weekend with a guy who's done some investing in that space, and he says that alternative energy is just it's a really good marketing campaign. But actually, if you think about it, like, we're burning food instead of oil. That's what, like, biofuel is.
Yeah.
So, like, that suggests that you're at peak oil, and it also suggests that your secondary idea really isn't that good.
Yeah.
Because you also have a major food crisis.
Yeah, that's true.
So build the pipeline.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
it's amazing. I mean, look at ethanol. We're now are we raising more corn for fuel than we are for food?
It's like a hangover from that 1990s utopian nonsense. It's like alternative energy just is not there yet. It makes sense for, like, Brazil, but you're burning food and then you're putting it into cars to go on highways to deliver it to different markets. And the cars, by the way, aren't really running on that stuff yet, so you're using diesel for the trucks.
Yeah.
So, no, yeah, build the pipeline.
All right. Bill, why did they just take her? Like, she was like, they seemed like they just arrested her and left everybody there. Was that just...
They didn't do it because they thought she was Daryl Hannah. Who was that? Your question to Joe was the wrong question. It's not, are we being too hard on Daryl Hannah, but what's not hard on Daryl Hannah? She looks like she's wearing a Daryl Hannah mask. I used to date a girl that got comparisons to Daryl Hannah, mostly because she's nearsighted. But now that I know what she's going to look like, Greg, I'm glad we broke up.
It was Alice Longworth Roosevelt.
Oh.
She climbed into a vat of formaldehyde at the Smithsonian in
terrible.
1897.
It is terrible. It is terrible. But Bill looks great.
Yeah, Bill looks... Yeah, coming from Bill.
I base my career on not looking great. This is my bread and butter.
I have to say, she was born in 1960. I think she looks really good for... 51.
Someone who doesn't use electricity.
Yeah, exactly.
It's hard to get
but I
The
just think
greatest act of subversion that day was the man who smeared Vaseline over the lens of the camera that would record.
Terrible, terrible people. No, I think the most important thing you have to say is this pipeline generates $400 million, thousands of jobs, and this is the wrong time to be, engage in folly like this. It is folly, I tell you. Absolutely folly.
What was the first technology if not fire? And what could it do? It could burn you, Greg. I mean, we've got, one would hope we'd have gotten used to this by now.
That is true.
We just have to be responsible.
You are a very...
And when Dana says things like that to you over a candle at dinner, it's really amazing.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Do you have a comment on the show? Email us. It's redeye@foxnews.com. And leave a voicemail, my direct line, call 212-462-5050. Still to come, the halftime report from TV's Andy Levy, a jerk.
Tonight's Halftime Report is sponsored by tomatoes, that round fruit with bright red skin and pulpy, seedy flesh that can be eaten raw or cooked, though usually considered a vegetable for culinary purposes. Thanks, tomatoes.